Okay, I'm going to show you how to connect to a Linux server using a cool little program, BitVice, that we can get from bitvice.com. You want the BitVice SSH client, not the server. We don't need to connect to your computer. And once it's installed, you click right on this little icon right here. And you can save your profile or load your profile. That just saves you want to connect to different servers. And we're going to put in the host. Now that's given to us in the server information post. And in this instance, I'm going to connect to this server called Mario. And I have to type in the actual IP or the URL that we use. And we like to use easy to remember names. So we're going to connect to mario.irserver.com, and then I'm going to click on my username. Your username is going to be different. I have one set up for each game. So in this instance, we're going to test Arma 2. So the username is Arma 2, and of course you're going to replace this with whatever you're given. And I'm going to put in the password. And you're going to have your own, and then you just hit login. Now the first time it connects, it's going to come up with a little accept the key, which means that it's a new computer that you're connecting to, and you need to accept that. And it opens up these two windows. This one here is an FTP, and this one is a command box. Now if we take a look here, we can open up the terminal consoles, or these here, we can open up as many as we want. And if you close them, get back to here and just open up some more. So, and they'll be right down here. Okay, so what we're going to do, when you log in, it's going to send you to your home directory, and this is where your game server is going to be. And there's a Steam command so that you can reinstall the game if you need to. And you can take a look, see what's right here. And all these commands, like in Linux, they end in .sh or possibly nothing. You're going to have to type them into here. I'll show you how to do that in a minute. But suppose like we want to go up. Now on this side we can browse for whatever directory we want to keep. It's easier to just keep the desktop. Right? So we're going to open up our server. And this one has Arma 2 and a DayZ Overwatch, DayZ, a bunch of stuff. So let's open up a config file, the server config file, and we just drag this over here to the desktop. Overwrite. That's right down here. I'm going to right click and I'm going to edit it. I can make whatever changes I want. I save the changes, and then I can, in the FTP, drag them right back over. And we're going to overwrite. So now I've copied the server config, edited it on my desktop, and dragged it back over. So whatever you need to edit, you can do that right here with the FTP program. You can do it directly in this terminal console using a program called Nano, which isn't too hard to understand. I'll give you a quick look at that. Some of the commands you're going to need to know. One of them is list. LS, list the programs. LS tells me I'm in right here. I got the server, so I'm going to change directory. CD server, list again, and here they're color coded. The blue are folders, so I'm going to go into this config DayZ, CD CFG DayZ, list again, and there's my server.cfg. So the program that we use to edit files directly here is called Nano. So I just type in Nano server.cfg, and it comes up with a text. Don't try to use your mouse. You got your mouse in Windows, but this is a terminal console. You got to use the keyboards. You can use up and down, left and right, and make whatever changes you want. And so let's change the name. We hit, you see down in the bottom, it's got that little caret. That means control. So press control with any of these. The only one you're really ever going to use is the Control K and the Control U. Control K deletes the whole line. Control U pastes it. It only keeps one line at a time. So if you want to paste something a bunch of times, or just cut something from one place and paste it in another place, you can. So we hit Control X and it saves. Do you want to save the buffer? Yes. file name. You can save it as a different name if you want to do a backup. We're going to overwrite this one here. Just hit enter, and it saves it, and there we go. Now we've updated our server config file. So let's go back up to our main server. cd ... goes to the parent directory. Now we're going to list again. Now in Arma 2, it depends on what game. This is all specific for Arma 2. This is the server files right here. So if I want to run, green means you can execute them. So I can run these Arma 2 and the server file right here. And let's see, install. Red means it's a compressed file. And white means you can't do anything with it. You can read it and you can write it, but you can't execute it, and it's not a folder. So to execute the server, all we do is we type the name, but Linux has this little peculiarity that you always have to tell it that you're in the current directory. So just like in DOS, current directory is period and then a slash. Now remember, in Linux we use the reverse slash. We don't use the same one. So then we type the name. Well, I'll show you what happens if you don't type the name. Arma 2 OA server. See, it says command not found. Even though it's sitting right there, we tell it, all right, this directory, Arma 2 OA server, and it gives us the options: start, stop, restart, status, or check. So if we hit the up arrow, it'll give us the previous commands. So we can just do up arrow and then add in start. And there it is. Now this no hup means no hang up. And what that does is that when we exit out of this client, close everything out and disconnect, this program is going to stay running. It is not going to hang up when we disconnect. And that's what we want in a server. We don't want it to shut down. So now let's see what the status is. We just hit the up arrow and then we change this to status. And server's running. And we can do check and it'll tell us about the server. And here we go, port number 2302, what config I'm using, and the PID is the process ID. So in there it saves that's information for shutting it down. You won't really have to fool with that. Okay, so now if we want to stop the server, we're going to run this another option, stop. Stopping Arma 2 server. And that's all there is to it. We can edit the files and we can run them. And of course these commands only apply to Arma 2. Whatever server you're running will be different, and you'll have to go to the Steam website or whatever. We don't have to run just Steam servers. We can run other servers too. Like we run Urban Terror servers, so you have to go to the Urban Terror website to read the directions on how to do that. And that's about it. Now we want to log out. We just close our windows and log out. And that's all there is to it.